Hello everyone. In the last issue we talked about how to merge files of the same format. In this issue, we talk about merging files in different formats and adjusting the file content to the same format. Due to the commands involved, it may be complicated, please be patient. This time, we also use reports of two platforms as examples. Note that the two platform headers are different. Copy the headers of both reports. You can see that the columns are in different order. It is important to sort out which column names mean the same thing. Put column of the same meaning together in the merge table. This process can be illustrated with a diagram. Each header name, after entering this list, according to what it should become, then into the consolidated data table. If there is a new header format in the future, it can also be added to the comparison table. Here you will say, in case platform A and B have the same name, but the meaning is different. That can only use the method of the previous issue, and then merge the data from a single platform. Add headers to the organized comparison table. Set this range to table and table name to mapping. The reason for this is to avoid unexpected names. Then feed the data into Power Query. The steps to change the data format here can be selected to choose whether to delete or not, and automatically run out. I think it is meaningless. Press the function on the formula bar, and you will find that the formula bar becomes source. In fact, the meaning of these two source is same. If it's in a different language, it will appear in a different text, but don't worry, it's just a name. Here we will use List.Zip to turn this table into a comparison table. To note that the capitalization must be consistent. If you don't use from to on the comparison table, modify it according to your comparison table. At this time, you can see that the icon in front of mapping has changed. This pattern indicates that the query is a list type. If you click on it, you can see that the content is two pieces of data, forming a comparison table. Once done, click Close and Load below. Close and Load to. This comparison table does not need to be loaded into the worksheet. Select only Create Connection. The next step is to import the file. Select Get Data. From File. From Folder. Choose where to store the file. There are two more files here, which are temporary files for Excel. Because the files in the folder are not closed, press Cancel to close the file. As long as you get data from a folder, remember to close the file. Otherwise, Excel will read all the files it recognizes. Redo Get Data. Press Combine to select Combine and Transform Data. Select the yellow parameter position and press OK. You can see that the files in the folder are read in. Check the content. Remove unwanted data sheets with filters. Check these nested tables. Then you will find a problem. The header of the data is not the header in the data file. We need to turn the header of the file into the header of these nested tables in order to perform the conversion step. Since we are using automated loading, there are many processes that Power Query automates. Need to find a command Excel.Workbook. One of its parameters allows the data to use the header when it is loaded. Click on the Convert sample file to see this command on the formula bar. Change the intermediate null to true. Go back to the platform query and click on the nested table. You will find that the header inside has been read in its entirety. Then comes the more complex steps. Click Add Column, Custom Column. The new column name is set to Rename. Custom column formula input Table.RenameColumns. The first parameter selects the column of the nested table. The second parameter is entered into the mapping table, or enter a name you set. After pressing OK, you will see the rename column, full of errors. Check what the cause is. This is due to the fact that the column name are different for each platform. Then you need to add a third parameter. If the column is not found, it is ignored. In the formula bar, type missing field.ignore. There is still a red prompt, but obviously, the header has been modified. Although the order of the column is different, the meaning of the column has been adjusted to be consistent. Select the rename column, right-click, and select Drill Down. At this time, you will see that only rename data is left on the screen. On the formula bar, type Table.Combine. To note consistent case. When it's done, you can see that all the tables have been merged together. Check for missing data. Press close and load. The data will all be integrated. Put another file into the folder. Add Chinese to the header of this file. After refresh all. The worksheet header of the imported data appears in Chinese. Scroll down, you can see the data of Platform C. Because the header of Platform C is not integrated into the mapping comparison table. Integrate these two headers into mapping. In the future, if there are different headers, they will also need to be integrated into mapping. Remember to reset the range defined by mapping. Notice the triangle in the lower right corner, pull down. To reset the range. Once you update it again, you can see that the data has been put together. It's more complicated, but it saves more time.